have to do some fine tuning a few times on the water, because everybody's been thinking about what's important. All right, let's switch gears to maybe just general fitness. Now, you're probably noticing I'm talking and I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I bet my head's doing the wrong thing and I'm probably fanning. So let me calibrate again. All right, up high, make sure I'm coming out what I need. All right, see, it doesn't even feel much harder, but I can feel the boat going much faster. All right, actually feels better getting back into the proper technique. I mentioned about the lower elbow. It should be bent, but it should not be in a chicken wing. Right? It should be out like this. It should be relatively close to your body. That's going to also help keep your shaft more up and down. Because if you're paddling like this, it's not very effective. You want to be not completely up and down, but as much as comfortable. Again, with your lower elbow staying within about 3 inches of your ribs, that's going to help encourage proper technique. All right, so as far as general fitness, obviously running with the portages is important, and I just wouldn't overdo it, but I wouldn't underdo it either. It only takes 15 minutes 3 times a week to get yourself ready for these portages. What I mean by that is about a 5-minute warm-up where you're doing a jog. Then you take 5 minutes and do some kind of intensity. It could be take a 50-yard, couple hundred feet section. But I'd go probably at least 300 feet, say 100 yards, and jog that. Time yourself, okay? I just did 45 seconds. All right, get to the end, take a couple deep breaths, turn around, time yourself again, 43 seconds, okay? And what you're doing is maybe kicking up your feet a little bit, breathing more, running faster pace, slower pace, whatever you do. Maybe do that about 10 times, 3 minutes worth, and or whatever, 4 or 5 minutes worth. And what you'll find is, in the first case, you go 45 seconds. By the time you're done, you might get 30 seconds. It's amazing with what a little bit of concentrated effort in running will do incrementally and make yourself faster. And then take the last minute or two and jog again. So it's 15 minutes, but it kind of should be somewhat enjoyable. You should do this on the grass, on the trail, out in the woods. I would not do it on the pavement. When you're 60, you'll be glad you didn't do a lot of running on the pavement. Believe me. Save your joints. Make sure it's soft. Make it enjoyable. Go do it on the beach. Probably a beach would be even better in your bare feet. And but I would not recommend running every day for half an hour. I think that's too hard to recover from. Now, if you could get 8 hours of sleep a night and an hour nap during the day and eating right, I would say, yeah, you could run that much. But most of you have studies, other groups, organizations. So I would do the 15-minute 3 times a week for your portage. Now, after maybe 2 weeks of that, no extra weight, I would at least start walking with 2 5-gallon buckets, drywall buckets. And start with these buckets with a gallon of water in. And what I would do is, when you're done with your running intervals, maybe walk fast with these buckets to do one, okay? And you probably only need to do 2 out and back with these buckets, okay? And then the next time, give yourself a day or 2 with the buckets. Matter of fact, you only need to bucket maybe once a week if you start early. But by week 3 or 4, you should be having 5 gallons of bucket in each arm, walking for 300 feet, 100 yards, walking fast. I don't think you should jog. That's too hard on the joints. to be running with something that heavy. A good friend of mine used to train with a 5-gallon drywall bucket filled with rocks on his shoulder to get used to portaging. And right now he's got bone on bone, degeneration in his knees, and again, you don't want to have that. So just walking with that extra weight, because obviously in the work canoe, there's going to be times you're going to need to lift it, and you're going to be happy with that lifting. And one thing I was thankful for is our horses. I'm used to carrying 5-gallon buckets, wheelbarrows, fairly heavy, and in the 90 miler, I was lifting my portion. I know I was, but I wasn't suffering like some of the other guys. Their shoulders would be burning, and they were as muscular than me, but just because of the fact that I was used to carrying things, it made a huge difference in the portaging. And then if you can't get out and paddle, well, actually, whether you can paddle or not, you want to do some strength training. Again, it doesn't have to take any more than 15-20 minutes. What I do is, I'm getting old, so I like to keep loose. I like to just hang from a pull-up bar for about 30 seconds. I usually bring my knees to my chest and back down. And just kind of get that pulling, stretching, so everything is nice and stretched. And then I also stretch like as if I was in a dip. Go to the dip bar, but don't do any weight. Take the weight off, but just go through the motions of dips. And then I do the same thing with pull-ups. I go through the motions of pull-ups without actually doing a heavy pull-up. I think that's called the name for it. Where you're actually going through the exercise but not doing the full weight. And there's something that kind of tricks your mind into thinking you are using the full weight. So it kind of gives me almost an extra set without any weight. My body thinks it is. Then I do some bench press. Now you don't have to do bench press, but if you like pull-ups, do pull-ups. I would do them on your knuckles, or just be careful about hurting your wrists. But do them correctly, build up to them. I usually I like to do bench, and I do it easy. I just do one set. I think I start with 100 pounds, then with 120. But I do a set of, so I do maybe 15 bench press. It's not very hard. I'll do 4 pull-ups. Why? Because you don't really need to do much more than a few reps to be effective. So I just do 4 pull-ups because it's quick, and I do them correctly, slow, all the way down, all the way up. And then I do 14 dips, no weight, just my body weight, but I do it incrementally. I start, I kind of cheat and just go a little bit, but I eventually go down. So by the time I get to 14, I'm all the way down, all the way up, because that's a lot of stress on your shoulders. You don't need to do a zillion dips. You really only need to do a couple correctly. I mean, all the way down. And the same philosophy with pull-ups. I only do, then let's see, I do dips. Then I do some crunches. You don't have to do the full sit-up, because that might be hard on your back. So I just do some crunches with, I think I put about 25 pounds on my chest and crunch 100 times. Then I go and do, instead of pull-ups, I do chin-ups. So I just turn my wrist, and I just do like 4 of those. Again, you don't need to do a zillion, because that's kind of hard on your elbows. So you just need to do a few. Your muscles will respond, and you'll get stronger. I do some curls, because I tried to shoot a bow and arrow, and I could barely pull the string back, and that's all curl your biceps. So I just do, I don't know, 15, 20 pounds. Just do a set of 8 curls on each arm. Try to keep that strong. I think balance is important, so I think when you're paddling, it's the way I paddle, I don't use my biceps. I don't really use them like you're really not supposed to, but I'm going for balance. So I throw in those. And then I go and usually put another 10 pounds on the bench. And I usually go down to maybe a set of 10. And then I usually put on, I have 20 pounds I put on around my waist, and I do just one set of pull-ups on the, I think I only do like 3 pull-ups with 20 pounds. And then I do like 7 dips with 20 pounds. Again, incrementally, slowly go down to do a full one. And I do some stretches where I lay on my back and kind of do a butterfly, but it's not for the weight, it's for the stretch. So I do a butterfly that pulls my chest muscles, and I also put the weight behind my head. And I have a total gym, so I do a total gym where I lay on my back and pull the weights from over my head to my side, or pull the ramp, I mean, my hand. And I have a paddle machine, so I'll do 10 strokes on the side for a little bit. That takes me about 15 minutes. So my body gets most of the muscle groups, except my legs. My legs I should do something more with. Maybe ride a bike. And it doesn't take very long. And if you're thinking about paddle technique, even if you just visualize, watch one of my videos for 5 minutes a day. Something, maybe a fun background or fun race. If you can mentally think about how to paddle correct, when you get out on the water, even if you only have 3 or 4 practices before the 90, you'll do fine, because again, you'll avoid a lot of the inefficiencies, and you'll do great. Okay, coming in to the bridge of Jersey Shore. Finish between the buoys. Well, did I win?